Welcome to the English with Kirsty podcast from www.englishwithkirsty.com. Here I'll be sharing with you tips, information and other learning resources so that you can improve your business English. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 107 of the English with Kirsty podcast. And before I get into the main part of the podcast today, I have 3 quick announcements, so I'll go through them quickly. But if you were listening to this before the 30th of September 2017, then you still have a chance to enter to win a copy of my book, Feel Confident Using Your Business English. So if you want to do that, then head on over to the show notes page and there'll be a link there where you just need to fill in a quick form. And it's free, so not everybody wins. There is one winner, but if you want to have a chance to be that one winner, then you can do that on the show notes page, which is englishwithkirsty.com/podcast/episode 107. The second thing is, if you enjoy the podcast, I have a page for English with Kirsty. So my business is called English with Kirsty as well as the podcast. It's a blog and I give lessons and I do various other things online. But English with Kirsty also has a Facebook page, so if you don't know about that, then you might enjoy it because I do put information about the podcast on there, but I also post other information about learning English, useful links online, some questions and activities. So if you want to come and have a look at that, then look for English with Kirsty on Facebook and you'll find the Facebook page. But also at the top of that page, I've pinned a post about the podcast. So if you enjoy it, I would really appreciate it if you would share that with your friends, because I don't know all the people that might benefit from this podcast, and if you've got some friends that you think would enjoy it too, then it's easier to share a post on Facebook than to write it or to go and tell them if you can't think of how to do that. You know, sometimes it's easier just to share the information. So I've pinned a post to the top, and if anyone listening to this would like to share it with their friends, then that'd be really helpful because it helps me to get new people to find out about the podcast, and it'll hopefully help them with their English. So that's the second thing. And the third thing is about teachers. Now, I also produce some content for teachers. I have a teachers page, which is englishwithkirsty.com/teachers. But I would be interested to know whether you'll be interested in any audio content for teachers. So this wouldn't be to replace the English with Kirsty podcast. They would still come out on a Thursday, but I'm thinking of something like a monthly teachers special. But I only want to do that if people are interested, because for some people it may be enough that you can just read the articles on the website and that's enough. But if people would be interested in something as an audio version or me talking about things as part of the podcast, then let me know, because I know that I have quite a few teachers who read my blog, but I don't know how many teachers are listening to the podcast. And so if you want me to do that, I need you to tell me. And the best way to do that is either to email me at kirsty@englishwithkirsty.com, or you can go onto the show notes page, which this week is englishwithkirsty.com/podcast/episode 107, and you can use the contact form there. So that's 3 things. The book, if you want to be in with a chance to win, then you need to fill in the form on the show notes page. The Facebook page, if you would like to share my post about the podcast, that would be fantastic. But even if you don't, come and have a look anyway, because you might learn something, you might enjoy it. And thirdly, if you're a teacher and you want audio content specifically for teachers, some of it is about teaching English generally, some of it is more about running your own online business, then let me know about that as well. Okay, long introduction this time. So now we're going to talk about the main topic for today. And it's something that I've done on the blog and I thought you might enjoy it as well. It's a quiz. So before I start the quiz, there is the information, the questions for the quiz are also on my website. And if you'd rather look at them while I'm talking, you can do that too. For that, again, you have to go to the show notes page, englishwithkirsty.com/podcast/episode 107, and I will link it from there. So you don't need the written version because I'm going to read it out. But if you want to see it, then you can go to the show notes page. So we've got 19 questions and it's multiple choice. So you have to choose A, B or C. And yeah, it's to help you with business travel, because sometimes you can do a lesson around business travel, but you don't know what people don't know. So one of the best ways to find out what people don't know is to do a little quiz. And that's what I did. So you've got these questions and you have to choose the right answer, and I'll give the right answers at the end. So find a way to stop it if you don't want to know what the answers are. And also maybe stop it now if you want to find something to write them down with. But I will go through it all at the end as well. So all of these questions have different answers, and you have to choose the answer that you think is the right answer, the best one to fit the sentence. So number 1, I don't need to check any luggage because I have a carry-around bag, a carrying bag, or a carry-on bag. Number 2, I won't be returning until tomorrow. All flights have been something due to the bad weather. So all flights have been grounded, floored, or earthed. I mean, you can say cancelled here, but that's not one of your options. So you have to choose either grounded, floored, or earthed. Number 3, I have to book a later flight because my flight has been cancelled, fallen out, deleted. Number 4, please can you arrange for a taxi from the airport. So to pick me up, to take me from the airport, or to deliver me from the airport. Number 5, I'm going to use the app so I don't have to do it when I get to the airport. So I'm going to use the app to check in, check out, or check on, so I don't have to do it at the airport. Number 6, is breakfast inclusive, within, included? Number 7, does the hotel have free connection, free Wi-Fi, no cost Wi-Fi? You can leave if you want to, but I don't think the service was very good. So you can leave drinking money, overpayment, or a tip. Number 9, don't forget to save you will need them when you submit your travel expenses. So don't forget to save your recipes, menus, receipts. Number 10, do I need to act Clapham Junction, change the train, change trains, or exchange trains? Number 11, thank you very much for offering to me from the airport. Give me a carry, give me a drive, give me a lift. Number 12, I hope there isn't much traffic this morning. I need to get to the office for the meeting. In time for the meeting, on time for the meeting, at the time for the meeting. 13, I'm at the moment. I'll call you when I get to the office. At the train, on the train, in the train. 14, why are the trains here never in time, on time, over time? 15, I don't know what time I will be coming back. I need to buy ticket. An open coming back, an open return, an empty return. 16, I need to pay with my card. I don't have any with me. Cash, small money, pound. 17, what time is your return flight, back flight, reverse flight? 18, I'd like my ticket to business class. Uplift, upset, upgrade. 19, what time do I have to pay the bill and tomorrow? Check out, check off, check over. Okay, so now I'll give you the answers and see how many you got right. And let me know how many you got right by using the form on the show notes page, because I'd be interested to know. Okay, so number 1, it's carry-on bag or carry-on luggage because you carry it with you onto the plane. So it's the kind of luggage that you don't put in the hold, you just take it on with you. So it's your carry-on luggage or carry-on bag. Number 2, all flights have been grounded. it doesn't mean that they are cancelled necessarily. It just means that they can't go anywhere because the weather's so bad they can't take off. Maybe it's foggy or really windy or something like that. They're grounded. They have to stay on the ground. Number 3. Here the flight has been cancelled. You can't delete a flight or fall out, make a flight fall out. It's got to be cancelled. It's not happening anymore. Number 4. Pick me up from the airport. Take me. You can't say take me from there. You need to know where you're going. If you're taking somebody somewhere, take me to the hotel is fine. But here the preposition is from. So pick me up from the airport is the better option. So number 5. I'm going to use the app to check in. So check out does make sense. You check out of a hotel, but it's not something you would need to do at the airport. So check in is right. Check on, you can check on someone to make sure they're doing okay, but you can't check on an app. So the right answer here is check in. Number 6. Is breakfast included? 7. Does the hotel have free Wi-Fi? Number 8. You can leave. It's a tip. Drinking money is because it's a translation from a German word, so that's why it was included. Some of these are things that people have said or I've heard that are not correct. But the answer here is a tip, which is extra money for the people that served you because you think they did a good job. Number 9. Don't forget to save your. It's got to be receipts here because the receipt is what somebody gives you, like in a restaurant or a hotel. When you paid, you get your receipt to prove that you paid the money, and you need that if your company is going to give you the money back. So if you're claiming your expenses back from the company, you need to prove to them that you did actually spend that money. And it's not a recipe, because a recipe looks a bit like receipt, but a recipe is to tell you how to cook some food, and the menu is what food is available at that restaurant. So the answer here is you've got to keep your receipts so that you can claim back the expenses from your company. Number 10. Do I need to change trains? It's not change the train, and it's not exchange trains, because exchange trains is like, well, swapping the trains, changing them over. So here you get off the train, you get onto another one, so you're changing trains. Number 11. Thank you very much for offering to give me a lift. So lift is usually when you're lifting something up, picking something up, but it can also, if you give somebody a lift, you're taking them in your car. So somebody here is offering to take you in their car to the airport. Number 12 has to be in time for the meeting, because it's not on time. It's something just means at the time it should happen, but here we need to be in time for something, so there it's got to be in and not on. You don't want to be late for the meeting, so you're in time for the meeting. Number 13. I'm on the train. I often see in the train, and I know that's not very logical, because if you think you're on the train, you're on top of the train, on the roof, and people shouldn't travel on the roof, but it's on the train. So for some of these bigger types of transport, like the bus or the train, you're on them, not in them. And an easy way to think about that, of course there will be exceptions, but something where you can stand up, you can say on, so on the train, because you can stand up on the train. You can't stand up in a car, so you're in the car. But on the bus, on the train. Number 14. Why are the trains here never on time? Because we haven't got for something like we had in the last one. The last one was in time for a meeting or in time for your flight. That's within. But if it's just at the time it should be, then on time. So why are the trains never on time? Number 15. I need to buy an open return ticket. Number 16. I don't have any cash. So cash is anything that isn't your credit card. It could be it's your coins or notes. That's cash. So if you don't have any cash, you need to use your credit card. What time is your number 17? What time is your return flight? Number 18, I'd like to upgrade, because you can't upset. If you upset someone, you make them sad, so you can't upset a ticket. So you want to upgrade your ticket to business class. And number 19, what time do I have to pay the bill and check out tomorrow? You can check something over, means you look over it, you make sure it's okay, but when you're leaving a hotel, you check out of the hotel. So let me know how many you got right. I hope you learned something new. And have a good week, have fun learning English, and let me know if you'd like to do more quizzes or exercises, if you'd like me to put more of that type of content on the podcast. Okay, see you next week. Bye. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the English with Kirsty podcast. If you have any questions or comments, my email address is kirsty@englishwithkirsty.com, or you can go to www.englishwithkirsty.com/podcast, where you'll find information about the individual episodes.